Being your own boss is brilliant. Being able to make sure the horses sort of get all the care and exactly how I want it done. So that's really good. So working with these guys, with all these horses, is the main reason. I love working with all the horses.
And how many do you have here?
We have 18 permanently. We're always full, so we're very lucky. And then I often have people come in to stay for training. So they come and stay they bring their horses and they come and stay for 2 or 3 days at a time training. So sometimes there can be sort of between 20 and 25, but they're not permanent. It's only permanently ever 18. But that keeps us busy. 18.
And so what time do you normally start in the morning?
Well, the guys start, the horses are always fed by 7 every morning.
Right.
I tend to teach quite a lot in the evenings, so I don't finish till sometimes late teaching, so I don't tend to get on the yard. I come get on the yard about 8, and then I sort of help finish off on the yard or just organising the day, and then we get on with all the exercising of the horses and all the care. The yard's always mucked out and done, swept and left tidy by 9, and then we start the riding and just all the chores, looking after the horses, turning them out, getting them in. All ours have a really strict routine. They all do at least 2 things a day, so they're always exercised and they go out in the field, or if the weather's really horrendous, they'll be schooled and they go on the walker, or they get a little lunge. But the weather has to be really horrendous for us not to turn out. We're lucky here, the ground's really good, so we can turn out all year round. And then if they're having a day off, they just go out in the field all day. And then when they're working, they get ridden every day, and then they do a walker, or they do a lunge or a hack, or go around the gallops. So they get a lot of exercise, and I don't like them being stood in their stables too long a period. So nothing will ever be, unless it's injured, on box rest. And like I say, the weather has to be howling, gale force winds and horrendous rain for them not to go out. So they have a very strict routine. So and then every horse has its own individual exercise program depending on its competitions and where it's going, and and then that's how the day really goes, really.
And that's seasonal, or?
Well, no, dressage is all year round, and that's what I now mainly do, is dressage. Ali, our head girl, she events, so her eventing season is seasonal. It runs from March to about October, but dressage, sort of, the big competitions are in the summer, all the big important competitions, the Premier Leagues and the internationals, and then the sort of training competitions, as I call them, the lower level competitions, we tend to do more in the winter.
Obviously we give them a wash. We don't bath them after every exercise, but they have a good wash off. They have a bath maybe twice a week to keep their coats nice and shiny and clean. If you overdo it, you start to wash all the natural oils out. Really used to have a tail until a youngster ate it. But I'm going to give him a good bath today, because he had a day off in the field yesterday, and then obviously been around the gallops and got quite hot and sweaty. So what I do is get them wet all over. Over, good boy. Usually start at the feet up, actually, and then because obviously if they're going to step into water, they would step in feet first, so they get used to the temperature. Get them wet all over, as well as myself.